style, legends get paid. Blast off in a brave new world. Bring on the game, change game champs like big. Going hard, cause I got to have much more. Hold tight, are you ready for the ride of your life?
Cori Gibbs.
Seven months on after Corri Gibbs proved skills pay the bills to land 40k of his own in the inaugural Boxer Series tournament on Sky Sports. The classy Midlander finally makes his contractual debut for Ben Shalom's buzzing stable. He's 28 now, unbeaten in 16 spells of inactivity and injury. There's his bro, they do it together. He was also in the tournament series a few weeks ago. Injuries have been a problem for Corri. Hopefully something of the past. He needs momentum, and it starts now.
Boxer on Sky Sports Boxing is set for 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. First, we introduce the blue corner. Wearing the blue and white shorts and standing 5 feet 8 1/2 inches tall and weighed in at 9 stone 12 pounds. As a professional, his record stands 17 victories, 6 losses, and 2 draws. From Spain, introducing Carlos Perez. And introducing his opponent in the red corner. Wearing the black and purple shorts. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in also at 9 stone 12 pounds. As a professional, he stands undefeated with 16 victories. Fighting out of Birmingham, introducing Corri Gibbs. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Chris Dean.
Okay, fellas, you both know the rules. When I say break, you break clean. Take yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
Should be a really good night in store. Packed this bill in Coventry. Here's the talented tournament victor Corri Gibbs, who finally gets his career rolling again. It's fight number 17 for the unbeaten Birmingham boxer as he meets the experienced Spaniard Carlos Perez. Well, I see Bernardo Checkers in his corner, so excellent corner man for the opponent tonight, the southpaw Corri Gibbs. And Matt, he must have impressed you in that tournament when Carl Froch was commentating ringside that night. I know the Cobra thought he was really good.
Yeah, really good, skillful, you know, elusive skills, nice movement, good peripheral vision, good reflexes. And it was just good, you know, and really 3 rounds, for me, I don't think would suit someone like Corri, but he was just so superior skill-wise and just ability. He won the tournament, but I think the longer rounds will suit him more.
Natasha, he's switching already. He's got plenty of ability, good junior, decent amateur, and a good start to his pro career, but it's taken time to get to this point.
Yeah, he's had a lot of spells of inactivity, and I think we've seen flashes of what he can do. You know, he was a good level amateur. He was on the GB squad, and he was very experienced and very good, but he just wasn't there all the time.
Do you remember him?
I do, yeah. He was one of the ones that was still around when I was there.
Nice right hand from Perez, who won't be overawed here. He's 35 in fight number 26. Spanish champion. Good right hand as well. He might be a handful, and Gibbs was meant to fight on the Taylor Catterall night, but had to pull out through COVID, so it's been the waiting game again.
Yeah, inactivity, possibly a bit of rust as well, maybe a little bit of over-eagerness here in his first round. He'd been caught with a few shots, the lead right hand, and also he came back with the left-handed Perez, and they landed some good shots, but This is better from Gibbs, leading with the backhand from the southpaw stance.
Nice uppercut as well. He's got plenty of flashy tricks. Frankie Gavin always rated Corri Gibbs. And plenty do around these parts if he can put it all together at 28 and keep busy and keep fighting. This is the start. Ben Shalom promised the contract as well as the big cash prize for the tournament winners. And we've got 2 on tonight. It's great for the grassroots, isn't it?
It is, and that's what the kind of thing that you want. You want to be active, you want to be out, and you want to be on a big platform, and Sky is, and Boxer is that platform.
Sure he's just easing back into it after the layoff. Cori Gibbs. Another right hand from Perez, who's lively, if not always accurate, in this opener.
One time, 2 time, when you telling me dog, it's loud. 1 time, 2 time, when you
Looking for the right hand all the time, you know that, don't you? We need more touching.
Yeah, nice backhand down the middle from the southpaw stance from Gibbs. We got caught with a few as well. You know, decent jab there from Perez, and there was a couple of lead rights as well from him.
Well, don't let him get comfortable with that right
Gibbs'
hand.
hands were a little bit low, and he was leaving his chin a little bit up in the air, and Perez was just seeing the opportunity and just clipping him over the top or ramming the jab up on his face. And you know, the switching, it's the first round. You're always feeling out your opponent and seeing what you're going to do for the rest.
Anything low? Another drink?
John Pegg alongside Carrie Kays in that corner. Second round. Birmingham's Corri Gibbs in the black and purple with the black boots, the white and blue of Carlos Perez from Spain, who on his ring walk came in, Tasha, with a massive flag and 1 or 2 sponsors on it. It was pretty impressive.
I think I counted 3. But yeah, you know, and he walked in, he was confident, and he's going to gain confidence if he keeps boxing like the way he does. He's catching Gibbs.
I thought he landed the better shots in that first round. Gibbs' defence just a little bit leaky, and you know, head movement non-existence in the first round. You know, a bit of rust, probably got to warm into it, but yeah, Perez I thought landed the better shots in that first round.
I agree, and I think Tasha nicked it to Perez as well. So into the second for Corri Gibbs. It was also quick in that tournament format. 3 rounds, and he had to do it 3 times to win. A chance to settle here, Tasha, and let his skills do the work and plant his feet a bit more.
Yeah, I think like Matt said, like sometimes you're trying to just win the first round to get yourself off to a good start, and it's all quick and it's all you're just trying to win the rounds quickly so you can go back, even stop them so you can go back, have a bit of a break. But that stop-start thing sometimes is, you know, you've got to warm into it. Now he's going to have the time to settle. It's not like the amateurs where it's points. And if you lose the first round like we had it, you've got the chance to, you know, you've got another 7 rounds to win it back.
A tad more urgency in this one from Gibbs, who's holding centre ring, moving from orthodox to southpaw. You can see his quick feet and trying to judge the distance better now and frustrate Perez here.
He's doing what he wasn't doing in the first round. He was just walking forward and changing stance. Now he's coming off to the side. He's slipping to his right, slipping to his left, and he's not coming in the straight lines. So he's giving Perez a bit more to think about.
Yeah, I think he's more mindful of what's coming back as well, as opposed to just focusing on what he wants to land. His defences are sharper in this round.
It's a bit like the story of his boxing career, the on and off switch that Corri Gibbs has. He admits that he needs something to get up for, a big fight, a challenge, which is why he performed so well in the tournament. But he needs to remember that he is 28. He doesn't want to let it all go past him, because he's got real ability.
Yeah, this has been a better round. It's been a lot more purposeful. There's been a lot more intent. He's stepped into distance, he's committed to the shot, and he's landed some good shots in this round.
Much better round for Corri Gibbs and that red corner.
Much good anyway. Right, now listen, he doesn't like southpaw. Don't stay southpaw, but be more southpaw. And you've got to make sure we step away. All he's got is that right hand, yeah? See how with the little touches, you're loosened up, start getting the backhand off. When he misses, punish then. Till then, he's just nice and fast, yeah? Southpaw works better. Keep taking to your right. No matter what stance you're in, take to your right. He reaches, then we punish, yeah? That was really nice. Don't swallow. Don't swallow it. Really good. More of the same, yeah? See how he wanted to towards the end of the round.
There's John Pegg and Corri Gibbs, the pretty boy, man, who evens it up, doesn't he, in the second?
Yeah, much better second round. Good jab there. And there was a few of those in that round. Snapping the head back, timing, accuracy, much better.
Brother T on at ringside, cheering Corri on, the Birmingham brothers. 16-0, Cori Gibbs. Carlos Perez, he's 35 now, and he's won 17 of 25. Decent champion in his home country. Sparred Kid Galahad when the Sheffield man was training to fight Kiko Martinez. He's got Bernardo Checker in his corner, who spent a lot of time with John Breen back in the 90s and zeros in Belfast, and produced many great fighters and champions. Good cornerman.
Yeah, definitely. I think probably from way back in the Barry McGuigan days, I think, as well, was he involved?
Yep, he goes way back. He looks exactly the same, actually.
Yeah, he hasn't aged in about 20 years since I've known him.
A bit like myself, Matt.
There you go. You missed that one, Matt. Trying to work the body is Perez. Strong and physically tough, isn't he? He's right in front of you.
He is, yeah. He's showing his experience, and I think Gibbs is better southpaw when he's orthodox. He seems to be getting caught on the way in and on the way out, exactly like that. But when he's southpaw, he's keeping his foot on the outside, and he's managing to avoid the backhand.
Why is he switching?
I agree with Tash. I think he's actually boxing better when he's a southpaw. When he's orthodox, he's getting hit with the orthodox jabs, snapping his head back, where when he's orthodox, he takes the jab away from Perez a little bit, and Perez just seems more uncomfortable.
He looks far more natural as a southpaw. I'm not quite sure why he's doing this. He's trying one or two things out that he's worked on in training.
If it's natural to you to switch, it can be off-putting to your opponent, because you are blocking with a different hand, so it can confuse you a little bit, because you 1 minute you're blocking with the lead right hand, and the next minute you're blocking with the lead that's the left hand, and it is different because you have to block with a different hand.
But so often you say southpaws have that advantage, like Tasha's style, stick to it.
Yeah, the other thing is because, you know, they're used to boxing orthodox more so than the orthodox are used to boxing southpaws and sparring and everything. There's just not as many of them, but, you know, I think from what I've seen in this fight so far with Corri, he seems to me to perform better when he's in the southpaw stance. You know, where sometimes when he goes orthodox, he gets caught with the simple jab from Perez, where when he's boxing southpaw, he just seems a bit more switched on.
His movement and his flow is a lot better. It's like it is the more natural stance for him.
Second down, round 4.
Fourth of 8 here, Corri Gibbs.
Yeah, that was better from Gibbs there. You know, he was in southpaw, he doubled up on the southpaw jab, came back in then, finished the combination with the straight left, and it worked well for him.
They're just becoming a bit sharper here, Gibbs.
And that's the type of stuff that doesn't happen really in the ultimate boxing. You don't have the time to, you know, sit and wait and work out your opponent because it is so quick. So well, he could be potentially one of them boxers who get better as the fight goes on, and you know, you get used to a style, you get used to your timings, and your footwork gets better. You can time the shots a lot better.
Because there's a way of winning those tournaments, isn't there? A style,
100%.
a format. You train for that specific night, and now Gibbs is back doing what every professional boxer does and trying to move on in his career and get the right education at the right time. It's a good matchup here because Carlos Perez is that sort of spirited campaigner who's seen them all come.
Yeah, tough, experienced, and won't come to roll over, so he's going to give Corri Gibbs a test, and you know, one that Corri should definitely come through and look good doing so. But with the inactivity, you know, missed an opportunity really, I guess, through no one's fault. That happens, injuries, illness, but he did have that great tournament, and it'd been good to see him push on from there. It's been delayed. Hopefully he gets a good win here tonight and then can really kind of push on with his career.
He has been over before, Carlos Perez, lost to John O'Carroll in Leeds, but largely based in Spain. And last defeat was back in the summer of 2019. So he's got through his last 4.
He's not making it easy for Gibbs either. He is showing his experience. He is, you know, working out. And like Matt says, he hasn't just come to lose. He's come to put it on him and see what he's got and test him, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's it. You know, he hasn't come to roll over at all. He's here for his. He's got his own ambitions, and he knows if he can spring the upset here, he can come over again and be a bit of a gatekeeper. So, you know, lots for him in this as well to get the win.
Tries the body and head there, Perez, but out of range.
Second down, round 5.
Can Corri Gibbs maintain his unbeaten record? And with Carlos Perez over 8 rounds. Not the best of starts, Matt, but he's pulled it back, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Just the defenses were a little bit leaky early on. No head movement, was a bit static, and you know, he was getting caught with shots, particularly the jabs. Some good jabs from Perez. You know, good second round, third. You know, got caught again, but I think he's back on top now, and you know, he's the better fighter of the two. He's just got to watch that he doesn't switch off. Sometimes he switches off and gets caught with the shots from Perez, but you know, to me, he's by far the superior fighter, the more skilled, more variety, everything like that.
3 minutes, people don't realise, is a long time. Like, to keep your concentration for 8 minutes can be hard. It can be difficult to stay switched on for the whole time.
And we know his career, Corri Gibbs, started back in November 2014, so hasn't managed to switch on at all times during training, but he's got himself back together. He's has a family to support, and he's got a good relationship with his team, and really wants to fight regularly. That's the key now for Corri Gibbs.
Yeah, I think that is the key. Not just, you know, we talk about he's got talent, we can see it, his patches, he's on, he's off, he's hot, cold. We need consistency. That's what you need to see, not just in this fight. I want to see him be consistent in this fight with Perez, keep it on him, not to switch off, lose concentration, but then even coming through this in his career, he needs to be consistent.
Well, he was very consistent within the night in Liverpool, beating Sean Mashadod. Quite close to that, Lee Appleyard as well, and Tom Farrell in a good final. There's a quality field as well there. It's a case of mentally managing to hold himself together over the course of a career, Tasha. Very different.
Yeah, and especially, you know, some of these lads have started boxing when they was, you know, 10, when you can start competing 11, 12. So that's a long time to be involved in the sport. And to keep that focus and drive through your your ABAs, and then your English, you know, going around in tournaments, and then your GBs, and then the turning pro.
Yeah, but that's the same in any sport, Tash, you know, football, anything. They're all, you know, 8, 9, 10 years old. You know, you're committing to it. It's your life, isn't it? That's why you go on and make it as professional. So, you know, that's a given that you have to have that.
But not all talent is flourished, or sometimes the dedication or lack of it can get in the way. I think we mentioned him earlier, Frankie Gavin, one of those, so brilliant.
Show him how much better you are.
Second down, round
Round 6 coming up, you're not even out of round.
Corri Gibbs just shedding some rust this year. First appearance of 2022, the tournament winner from Liverpool. In with the tough and game Carlos Perez, who's won more than he's lost in those blue and white trunks. And a good body shot from Perez. How are you assessing Corri tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a learning fight. Perez hasn't come to just roll over, like you said. He's had to work for it. When he's southpaw, he's so much more fluent. He steps off to the right and causes all types of problems for Perez. And it's just like me and Matt been saying, when he goes orthodox, he's just getting caught with silly shots. But you know, you'll learn.
And this coming from a world champion southpaw, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think what happens when he goes orthodox, he switches up a little bit, mentally switches off concentration, and just gets caught with like shots like a straight jab. But you know, they're eye-catching because he's straight up. You know, head goes back, and they're eye-catching shots. So I think it's maybe a lapse in concentration when he switches orthodox. When he's southpaw, to me, he just seems a lot more sharper.
He was mixing his backhand up in from the southpaw position in the last round, and I'd like to see more of that, more body shots. Like I said, stepping off to the right and throwing. And he was hooking as well with his lead hand and spinning off, and it just...
Good shot.
Good shot.
You know, he stepped in there, he doubled up behind the southpaw jab, came in, stepped with it, committed to it, and then looped that left hook round the side. Good shot. I think there's a marking of swelling under the right eye now of Perez.
Yeah, just a little nuisance around that right eye. Perez just being outclassed at times, just looks in his corner. This is the best he's ever fought. Not really got anyone on the record, and he is 35 now, but decent enough, and trying to stay with Corri Gibbs, work him out. Nice hand speed from Gibbs, who's easing into it more now. But switches, Tasha.
Yeah. That was a good shot from an orthodox position, to be fair to him.
Nice right hand.
It was, yeah.
Just overreaching the Spaniard. And the angles and versatility of Corri Gibbs, just a little bit too much.
Yeah, when he spins like that and leads off with either backhand hook, he leaves Perez with nowhere to go, and he has to stumble round to find where he is.
Anyone else? Right. Deep breaths. You let him just maybe nick that round. Seriously, he just done a bit of silly work. Yeah. You landed like a few good shots, but he might have. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You've won every other round, but don't let him sneak in. You're not breathing, are you? Yeah, no. So now show me. You know what we says in the gym when we change gears, yeah? Show me that extra shot, that extra step, and come back in. You feel okay? Yeah. Have a little drink.
All pretty calm there.
Total boxing this round now.
John Pegg.
Total boxing. Jab,
Lives and breathes it, doesn't he,
yeah?
John?
Don't let
Big
him
time,
stand
big
there
time.
and ball, yeah?
And I think there's a day go by, he's not in that gym.
There's Tion, his brother, who many fancied to win the tournament here in Coventry 10 weeks ago. Didn't work out like that, but another with plenty of ambition. You were smiling when we're talking about John Pegg. He's a bit like your guy, Joe Gallagher. They don't make many of them, do they?
Oh, and you know what? He's got every type of fighter in his gym. Corey is so much different to the likes of Eglinton. So, yeah, you've got to respect that from a coaching point of view. You know, you've got to change style depending on the boxers that you're with.
I love the John Pegg, Sam Eglinton story. We'll see them reunited in a few hours' time in Sam's next big fight. A cracking tale over the last few years that the two of them have dished up over the UK. And fights they shouldn't have won and have. Last couple here, Corri Gibbs been pretty good. Coming back into the ring after a long absence. In with the tough Spaniard, Carlos Perez. Won the first, might have got a share of possibly one or two others, but it's mainly been Gibbs, Matt. Yeah, definitely. Gibbs is a little bit rusty, maybe first round, slow getting going. Defences maybe not quite as finely tuned as they should have been, but he's grown into the fight. He's got better and better as it's gone, and yeah, he'll be happy just to shake that rust. And that's a good sign, Tasha, after the 3-minute rounds he had in Liverpool to get better over the course of 8 here.
Yeah, you've got the whole training camp to prepare for one fighter. In the Ultimate Boxer tournament, you're training for whoever you get drawn against, and that's sometimes not always easy because there's so many different styles of boxers. But you know, like I say, you've had all this time to prepare for this one fight.
Not giving up though, Perez really trying to unleash the leather, but walks into a couple of quality shots from Gibbs. That's the problem. Just sets him again. It's that lack of upper body movement, really. Static. Just not quite as loose, languid, or as skilled as Corri Gibbs, who's got that amateur pedigree.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the success Perez had early was probably due to also you know, the fact that you know, Gibbs had been out of the ring, probably a little bit lackluster, not quite switched on sharp in the first round. That was when he had the most of his success, really. But actually, as you know, Gibbs has warmed into the fight and got sharper. Perez's success has been very few and far between.
He won 55 of 58 as an amateur, Corri. Two-time winner of the famous Haringey Cup, Junior ABA, NABC titles. It was all there for him. And maybe it can be again. As they go toe-to-toe a tad in the back end of the 7th.
You just went back to boxing. Yeah. You started looking for the hard shot. Yeah? You started looking for the hard shot without using your boxing. Your boxing is your best, yeah? So now just this round, Cor, you've won 6 out of 7 rounds. You probably won 7. But now just go out and enjoy it. Yeah. Just enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the fact you've got 8 rounds on TV. You've got them under your belt. Enjoy every minute, okay? Have a good drink now. Lots of feints. When you feel comfortable, put the flurries in. Every time he misses, punish him now. Yeah. We ain't got to save no energy now. Okay. You've done the 8 great. Yeah. So every time he misses, punish him, yeah?
Well, he seems nice and relaxed in there, Corri Gibbs. Looks like he will have to go the full 8 rounds, 16-0. Only 3 of those victories by knockout. So he's probably going to have to wear you down as he moves up in levels, but it's been a decent performance here against Carlos Perez, Tash.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's great to go in and get a first round knockout, but with someone who's been out of the ring for so long, probably rounds is what you need. Because there's being fit and then there's being boxing fit, which is a totally different type of fit.
Yeah, exactly. The sharpness, the rust. You know, in football, they come back and they play a few, they can get fit training, but you still got to go have a few friendlies for match fitness. It's different, isn't it? So, and it's the same in boxing. You know, when you're boxing regularly, you're sharper, you're fitter, and also style-wise, I just think Corri's a boxer. He's tricky, he's clever, he's going to outbox people. He's not a heavy puncher, so I don't think he's going to score many knockouts unless he grinds them down.
Which is what I was saying, he needs momentum, he needs to get into a rhythm, fight every 6 to 8 weeks, sharpen those skills, don't have a time out.
No, I agree totally. I think the guy like Corri Gibbs is only 28 years old now, so I think he needs to push on and be busy, and you know, injuries permitting, he should be looking to get out again ASAP.
And get in the real domestic title mix.
Yeah, definitely.
Caught him with a great backhand. And
again.
another.
Yeah, two there, one after the other, Tash, and then bang, walked onto another one.
Again, Carlos Perez just flicks down at Bernardo Checker in the corner, almost to say, I'm trying everything here. How much longer have I got? The answer is under a minute and a half. He looks fit enough, stubborn enough, ambitious enough, just not good enough.
Yeah, and give credit to Corey, because he's come in after doing that boxer tournament and done eight straight rounds, so it's not always easy to, you know, having 3 rounds and having a break and then coming in and doing 8. It's tough.
No, he'll be very pleased, Corri Gibbs, to have loosened off the rust, got back into a good flow and improving round by round, and that'll impress John Pegg and I'm sure promoter Ben Shalom as well. Not too many shows ahead over the summer, but certainly the autumn period, winter period, you want to see Corri Gibbs fight at least 2, probably 3 more times this year.
Yeah, definitely, at least 2. If I was him, I'd be trying to get out at least 3 times, but 2 would be the bare minimum.
You agree?
Yeah, that's what you want as a boxer. You just want to be, you know, as active as you can be, and like you say, he needs that momentum to, you know, get people behind him, get him more confident, and be in fights like this.
So what's the word? Back to the gym. Southpaw.
Stay southpaw.
Stay southpaw. Keep the skills going and return quickly.
Yeah, get back out ASAP and push on now.
Carlos Perez is going to go the distance. He's going to see it out, and deservedly so. He gave a really good performance from that away corner. Carlos Perez wasn't good enough to detract Corri Gibbs too much, as they share a few words together. He'll be 17-0, Corri. I'm sure he's delighted to be back in the ring where he feels at home. And he can keep himself together, stay fit, stay focused, and wait for those opportunities that should lie ahead in the latter part of 2022. Bernardo Checker just taking off the tape for a very brave and gallant Carlos Perez. Just shakes his head. Couldn't quite, Tasha, get to the grips with the speedy, skills style of Gibbs.
Yeah, and what I really liked about Gibbs in that last round is he was taking single shot pop shots and just catching him every time. We see him caught him with 2 straight backhands straight away, but like later on in that round, it was nice, just 1 single shot from that southpaw stance, and it was just catching him on the button every time.
Well, let's get straight to Barry Johnson for the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, 8 rounds, and we go to your referee, Christine, for the decision, scoring the bout 79-73 in favor of your winner, Corri Gibbs.
Corri, well done, congratulations, 17-0 now, back under the lights, 8 solid rounds. How do you reflect on your performance?
Gordy weren't my best performance, but I was just taking it round by round. It was tricky, but I was just working him out round by round, and yeah, just done what I had to do just to get the win. But yeah, it's good to be back out after another like 7-8 months. But yeah, you're going to see just sharpen up a bit more now, be a bit more active, and then back in and bigger things.
You say working him out. Did you think you were better orthodox or southpaw? Plenty of debate in commentary.
Yeah, 100% southpaw. When I was southpaw, it weren't really throwing much. I was seeing, thinking a lot. But yeah, that's why I stayed most of that southpaw, because I couldn't really deal with it. But yeah, I was just enjoying myself in the end, just getting it in, and I'm glad I got 8 rounds out. So yeah.
Well done and great to see you back.
Thank you, man. Thank you.